Well. Again, Cowboy fans, I know we're not too happy we didn't address running back and wide receiver yet. Hold on, there are 4 more rounds to go. But let's pump the brakes before we start hating on one Shavon Revel Jr. A lot of people do not think this is a good pick. Well, I'm about to tell you why this is a great pick for the Dallas Cowboys. Let's talk Cowboys. We're about to talk facts. Welcome, Cowboy fans and Cowboy haters alike. I'm the G, and I'm the host of Let's Talk Cowboys, where we talk facts. And if you like this video, please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know the next time we post another video or go live. And if you haven't become a channel member already, please do. We have a lot of great things coming on this channel. Now let's talk facts. I'm going to see you guys shortly at 11 a.m. or somewhere around there as we get ready for the 3rd day of the NFL draft. And we're going to be covering these next few rounds. And then we're actually going to do some post-draft stuff as the Dallas Cowboys, I'm sure they're going to give their press conference talking about the picks from today. But let's think about this guy, Shavon Revel Jr. I have to admit, I had no clue who this guy was. He wasn't on my radar. And again, the reason why he wasn't on my radar, I'm not an avid college football watcher, I'll admit it. And because he doesn't come from one of the big schools, he comes from East Carolina, he just wasn't on my radar. And I think the reason why some people may be tripping is that he wasn't on their radar either. But when you think about this kid, and one of the reasons why I believe the Dallas Cowboys got him and the reason why we ought to be excited, when you think about his story, this guy is what you call an overcomer. He has overcome so much adversity in his life. I mean, he's been in everything from car accidents. He was working overnight at Amazon, at the Amazon warehouse, and he had worked an overnight shift even when he got his tryout at East Carolina. And when they saw him, they immediately signed him. And he did very good the years he was there. And as a matter of fact, he had D1 offers. There were other teams, other D1 teams that wanted him to come play for them. But this kid, and I'm telling you, this is one of the things that I guarantee you that attracted Brian Schottenheimer and the Dallas Cowboys to one Shavon Revel Jr. is the fact that with all of those D1 offers, and we know about this NIL thing and all of these things going on, he stayed at East Carolina because they were the ones who gave him his first shot, and he stayed loyal to them. And I'm telling you, this guy's campaign in 2023 was absolutely incredible. We'll talk more about him after the draft. We're kind of in a rush for time because we're talking about the players they drafted, and then we got to go and get ready for the draft. But we're going to talk more about his stats, and we're going to watch tape on him after this draft is over. But when you go back and look at his draft profile, something jumps out, and I had never even looked at. I look at NFL Draft Buzz all the time, and I didn't even think about this. Check this out. Look at where this kid is rated. He's 6'3", 193 pounds, a 4.4 40. This guy was an incredible pickup for the Dallas Cowboys. And let me show you this before we look at his NFL Draft Buzz. When you look at what they said about him, about the Cowboys getting him, look at this. It says a classic Cowboys pick of yore. Revel likely could have gone 40 or 50 picks higher had he not gotten hurt early last season. People are saying that this kid would have been more than likely the #1 corner in the draft. He's a physical corner with good length and all the traits to make it. He's similar style-wise to the Eagles' Quinyon Mitchell. Cowboys got an incredible pick on this guy, I'm telling you. And when you look back at his scouting report, I mean, this guy is a super stud. Look at this. Tackling, 78%. Run defense, 77%. Coverage, 88%. Zone, 84%. Man's, 85%. Look at his draft projection. First to mid-round. For the Cowboys to get this guy in the third round, we ought to be excited. And again, you think about this. Cowboys are going to have to make a decision between DaRon Bland and Trayvon Diggs, and I think it's going to be DaRon Bland. I think Trayvon Diggs is going to be the odd man out. The Cowboys have already brought in Kaiir Elam, and I think the Cowboys have Kaiir Elam in their plans. We already know they still have Carson. We're going to see what he looks like when he comes back. But this guy right here, this is your Trayvon Diggs replacement. This is also that cornerback that when you start playing against some of these teams who went out and got some of these larger wide receivers that were in the draft this season, like a guy like a Ted McMillan, who's 6'4". Man, when you get a guy that's 6'3", I talked about this a couple of weeks ago. When you look around this league, a lot of these cornerbacks are 5'10", 5'11". The average height is around 5'11". You're talking about a 6'3" corner with a lot of skill. Says right here, look at this. From the Amazon warehouse to the NFL draft boards, that's the kind of story that makes you lean in closer when studying tape. Shavon Revel Jr.'s path to becoming one of the most intriguing cornerback prospects in the 2025 class reads like a movie script, but it's his play on the field that has scouts rewinding the film. 6'3", 193-pound boundary corner burst onto the scene in 2023, transforming from a special teams ace into a shutdown artist for the Pirates. I'm telling this, man. It says after working the graveyard shift at Amazon to chase his football dreams, Revel showed up at the ECU camp, ran a blazing 4.40, and jumped out of the building with an 11-foot broad jump. The Pirates took a chance on the JUCO product, and that bet paid off in spades until a cruel twist of fate struck in September 24 when he went down with an ACL tear in practice. And I think he had a tear to the meniscus too. And I think what really put him on the Dallas Cowboys radar is that the doctor for the Dallas Cowboys did his surgery. Dr. Cooper did his surgery. So the Cowboys are well aware of what's going on with his injury and what he's projected to be as far as his healing goes. Look at his scouting report on the strengths. It says length for days and knows how to use it. Look at this. Raw athleticism, jumps off the screen, 4.40. Transition game is butter smooth for a tall corner. I talked about this a few weeks ago. My son played cornerback, and one of the things about the taller cornerbacks is the hip movement. And a lot of those guys have problems, especially with the smaller, quicker wide receivers, of getting those turns, getting those hips turns, and all of those things. They said this guy's transition game is butter. Drops his hip and changes direction like someone 4 inches shorter. That's one of the knocks on these taller cornerbacks. So he's got it in spades. Look at this. Special teams demon. Recovery speed is elite. It says even when he loses a step, he's got that extra gear to close the gap. Physical mentality shows up in run support. This is one of the knocks that people have had on Trayvon Diggs over the last couple of seasons. Will not tackle. This guy's physical. Ball skills improved dramatically from 2022 to 2023. Football IQ shows up in pattern matching. Recognition skills develop rapidly once he got starting reps, showing a natural feel for route combinations. I'm telling us, Cowboy fans, do not poo-poo this guy. I know we want our wide receiver and running back. I think we're going to get him today. This guy is going to be a beast for the Dallas Cowboys. Let's look at his weaknesses. We don't want to make like he's Superman. Again, only 1 year of high-level production before the ACL injury. So it's a limited sample size. Can get grabby when he loses leverage. Zone coverage instincts still developing. Medical evaluation will be crucial. But we know Dr. Cooper for the Cowboys is his doctor. So I think they're fine on what they're seeing. Take some unnecessary risk jumping routes. DaRon Bland does it. Trayvon Diggs does it. It's When you get these types of cornerbacks, these playmaking cornerbacks, these are the types of things they do. So we're not worried about that. And I do believe with this new Cowboys coaching staff, he is going to be great. Look at this. The NFL projection for Revel is fascinating. You're betting on traits, and look at this, and character as much as production. This is one of the main reasons. The production and the character, this is why they got him. I mean, the traits and the characters, why they got him. And they believe it's going to translate into the production. His combination of size, speed, and physicality screams starting boundary corner in a press-heavy scheme. The injury complicates his immediate impact, but smart money says he'll be worth the wait. I'm telling us. The Cowboys got a great pick in this guy. It says pre-injury. We were looking at a potential top 15 selection. Day 1 selection. That is Shavon Revel Jr. Cowboys got a great pick on this guy. Do not poo-poo this guy because we didn't get our wide receiver and running back. Y'all keep your ears and eyes open today. Damian Martinez. Those are the two players that I have my eyes on as far as the Cowboys go. I think they're going to address these skill positions in the 5th round, or at least one of them in the 5th and one of them in the 6th. But if I'm the Cowboys, I would try to address both of them in the 5th, because once you get past the 5th, I'm sure a lot of players on your board as far as immediate impact players go, those guys are gone. So we're going to see what the Cowboys are going to do here shortly in the 5th round. I see you guys today around 11 a.m., maybe around 11:15. I got to get these videos out. But again, I'm telling us, these two picks the Cowboys got, they are going to be, I believe, absolutely great. So if I'm looking at Shavon Revel Jr., I'm going to give him an A-, B+, somewhere in there. But again, y'all tell me what you think. We're gonna do more on him after the draft. But I'm excited about this guy. Trayvon Diggs, I believe, has been put on notice. I'll see you guys at 11 a.m. Until the next time, let's talk Cowboys. We talk facts. Peace.